Put in that word. Another one.
Hello everybody. Hello everybody, it's the Fantasy Typhoon here. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. Make sure you smash the like button. Thank you for following me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you put together for me. I really appreciate it. I really, really deeply appreciate the support. Now, tonight what we're doing is the spotlight on Clyde Edwards Helaire. The performance that he put on last night, is it fact or fiction? He's 5'7", 210, from the college football powerhouse LSU. Now, he finished last night with 138 rushing yards on 25 carries. And, of course, he scored that touchdown, that so needed tub. Now, he did a 27-yard scamper to the end zone, made a good move, shoop, shoop. In the third quarter, it was a thing of beauty. Fantasy owners, in Dynasty, in redraft, auction. You guys are doing your laps around the table saying, I told you so, and that's fine. Go ahead and take your laps. Pat yourself on the back. Now, to be honest, this was an easy read. It was basically an elementary read, and I refused to take a lap or pat myself on the back for suggesting Helaire. And I'll tell you, make sure you stay with me to the end. I know you guys are beginning to understand how I work. Then I have more to say. While the points were there for you for fantasy teams, and I know that's all you really care about. All you really worried about are your fantasy points, and I understand that. I'm here to say you're good to go in your Dynasty, Redraft, Auction, Keeper League, CEH. Clyde Edwards Helaire is going to produce. He's going to produce for a while. But let's dig a little deeper. I got 3 points for you. Let's stay to the end. He came out on third downs mostly, and I'm not going to drag a rookie for coming out on third downs. I'm not going to drag him for not fully understanding his pass blocking assignments. This was his first night out, so let's give him a mulligan, especially during the pandemic. Some of your folks out there are going to count this as a knock. Well, I will count it as room for him to get better and to bring even more points to your fantasy team. So I won't count it as a negative. I count it as a positive. So when he does get pass protection, now those points are going to come more points to you. Number 2, he got stuffed about 5 times at the goal line. He was inside the 5, got stuffed a lot. I don't know how many. And once again, folks have been doing this a while. Fully understand goal line carries and TDs are something we need to leave alone. We can't regulate those. That's by the wind does that. Let the universe handle that. Goal line situations are uncontrollable. Now in this situation, CEH situation, he was jacked up. But I will leave this to the coaches to design new ways to get him into the end zone. And I'll leave it to the offensive line coach not to let the middle of the line get beat so bad. So I won't put it all on. Once again, these can be fixed. When they are, there'll be even more fantasy points for your fantasy teams. So it's a negative, but not really a negative. It's something that can be fixed. So stay with me now. Number 3, he had 0 catches. We know he can catch out the backfield. We know he can do this, and we know he can do this with the best of them. Once again, it was his first outing, and that's part of the game. Can you get better going forward? Once again, if he does figure out, and Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy start relying on him on third downs and his pass protection, that's more fantasy points for your fantasy team. Now I'm going somewhere. Now stay with me on this number 4. Now here comes the good part. Now I saved this for last. Now watching and rewatching and dissecting his performance from last night left me with this. The situation is bigger than CEH. Now Typhoon, what do you mean? What I'm saying is that CEH is not a baller. He's not a baby baller or a baller in training. If you want to know more about baller, you need to see my video Ballers to get more clarification. Now, you could have played Swift, Taylor, oh my God, Dobbins in that backfield last night, and they would produce the same, if not more, well, Dobbins, more fantasy points than CEH did last night. And here's why. The box rally saw 6 men in the box due to the fact that the attention the defense has to place on Kels, especially in the first half. Kels is the first half, and then Tyreek is the second half. Then you got Robinson, you got Mahomes running, you got Sammy Watkins showing up. And look, folks, lanes were wide open all night is what I'm saying. Heck, I mean, even Keyshawn Vaughn or a practice squad player could have put up some kind of numbers in this run-friendly scheme. So, yes, the situation is making Clyde Edwards Helaire look a whole lot better than what's really happening. Now, I understand you owners in your rookie drafts, you really got lucky. You really got lucky when Damian Williams opted out the season, due to that COVID-19. He opted out. This made the stat line last night possible. The opt-out, offensive scheme, Mahomes, Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, makes him produce these points. Truthfully, truth be told, you want to pull back the cover, Super Bowl Damian Williams would have had Clyde Edwards Helaire backing him up last night. He's gone so hard that it's not a problem anymore, just letting you know that sometimes it's better to be lucky in this fake game than actually good. You got lucky. Now, could Damian return next year? I have no idea, so for now, fire up those CEH, Clyde Edwards Helaire shares and go and win leagues with him, because he will do that. He's worth his draft spot. He's worth his capital. He's got more to bring to the table as the season goes on. So you got a whole lot to like about Clyde Edwards Helaire. Once he gets the pass blocking down, fantasy points goes up. Once he gets acclimated to catching the ball out of the backfield, fantasy points goes up. Once they fix his goal line woes, fantasy points goes up. So in other words, what I'm saying is he's a rookie, his first night out. He had an outstanding showing, but those of us who really know the game, those fantasy analysts that really are in tune with what's happening, know that CEH is more a product of the system than CEH being that good. Now, what you mean? I'll say this and I'll let you go. Take, for instance, Joe Mixon and the bad offensive line in Cincinnati and Clyde Edwards Helaire and those wide open lanes that he had last night. You take Helaire, put him over here with Mixon. You take Mixon, put him over there with Helaire. That's all I'm saying. That's how you got to analyze this stuff. See, I just can't do surface. But at the end of the day, all you worried about is the fantasy points. And he will produce the fantasy points, so you're safe. So go ahead and enjoy yourself, pat yourself on the back, and, do your laps. I'm just here to let you know that the situation is bigger than CEH. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you smash the like button. Keep rocking with old TYPHOON. We got a lot more down the pipe coming in the future. Thank you.